Okay, well, what I've come to realize is that on YouTube channels, there isn't a whole lot of information about these Smithy lathes out there. The only information that I can really find is from Smithy themselves, and it's pretty bipartisan to their belief and their benefit. So I just thought that I would throw a little YouTube video up here. I've owned this thing for like 6 months, and I have no regrets of purchasing it. It's done what I've wanted it to do so far, but there are a few complaints with it, and maybe other people have had the same problem that I've had. Maybe they haven't. This thing is pretty dirty right now. I just got done with the job, and I maybe should have cleaned it before I done this, but I guess this is the reality of a working lathe. So I'll get around to cleaning it here today maybe. But one of my complaints is, and it's not on the carriage here that the problem is, but on my milling part of it, the little BB deals, when you try to oil them, seem to want to fall right through the little brass bushing that they're in right there. And let me try to dig that out so I can show it to you. And I know I probably should try to clean this before I do this, but that's what they done. They fell right through, which really sucks. The good thing is that one, just a BB popped through. This in here, the whole deal popped through. The good thing is I called Smithy, and they, right away, within 2 days or so, I had the pieces and parts to fix it. The sucky part about it is I got to tear it apart to do the work. So I guess that's not the end of the world, but it could be, I guess, for some people. So far I've done everything. I've switched out my head here to the other fingers on here. I had some inside work that I had to do. But otherwise, I really like this lathe. One drawback to guys that have a lathe and a mill is, in order to use either or, you got to tear down and switch things out. That does suck. And I may possibly at some point try to get two different pieces of equipment, or maybe just use this as a drill press and get a mill. That may be a possibility at some point. Right now it's not, but maybe, because I do use both often, and it does suck. So that's my 2 cents worth on this thing. It seems to be a good machine. I've used it a lot, and it's got me out of a lot of different positions that I've gotten myself into, so it does what I kind of need it to do. I haven't turned a lot of steel with it. I've turned brass and aluminum mostly. A little bit of steel. I've done a couple keyways for some people, but otherwise it is a pretty decent machine. Anybody that's thinking about one, I actually got the Granite 1324 IMAX. I wanted the 220 machine and a little bit bigger machine. It's supposed to be heavier with the heavier bearings in it. So that's what I done, and I like it. I wouldn't be afraid to purchase one if you're thinking about it. Like all of them, when they come, you got to tighten everything up and do whatever it is you have to do to get a lathe ready for operation. They're all about the same. Thank you.